Shannon Sharpe was noticeably absent during Undisputed yesterday after the Skip Bayless controversy blew up. After Bills safety Damar Hamlin suffered that frightening injury after making a routine tackle, taking a helmet to the chest, then standing up, he immediately fell down. His heart stopped on the field. They were doing CPR. They were shocking him. They were giving him oxygen, all in front of all of his teammates. One of the most horrific experiences that anybody can remember in recent memory from the NFL. And in the aftermath, after Skip had said, "I'm worried about Damar Hamlin. This is so scary for Damar Hamlin. I'm praying for Damar Hamlin," he sent out a tweet asking about what's the NFL going to do? How do they make the decision to play this game, to remake this game, when everybody is truly only worried about Damar Hamlin, and rightfully so. That didn't get taken the right way. I think it was poorly worded, but I don't think it was intended as bad as a lot of people are putting it off to be. And Skip Bayless has been getting hammered since then. Well, Shannon Sharpe did make his return to Undisputed today, and it started off in fireworks. Shannon Sharpe confronts Skip over Hamlin tweet in return to Undisputed. At the very start of the program, they decided to give Shannon Sharpe some moments to speak, and Skip Bayless actually interrupts him for something, and this is not going over well online.
Why I wasn't on air yesterday, and I won't get into speculation or conjecture or innuendo, but I will say this. In watching that game on Monday night, what happened to Damar Hamlin struck me a little different. As a brotherhood in the NFL, when injuries happen, when we know injuries are a part of the game, I've seen guys suffer ACLs and Achilles tear, but I've never seen anybody have to be revived and fight for their life on the field. So it struck me a little differently because I remember seeing my brother paralyzed on the field temporarily, and he was able to regain focus. Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down, but I didn't want it.
Well, time out. I'm not going to take it down because I stand by what I tweeted.
Skip, let me finish.
All right, okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Go ahead, let's go, Jen.
Okay.
I mean, I cannot even get through a monologue without you interrupting me.
Well,
you could have came back. Skip,
well, I thought,
Skip, just let.
I didn't know you were going to bring up
No,
this.
I was just going to say, Skip, I didn't want to yesterday to get into a situation where Damar Hamlin was the issue. We should have been talking about him and not get into your tweet. That's what I was going to do. But you can't even let me finish my opening monologue without you interrupting.
Okay. I was under the impression you weren't going to bring this up because nobody here had a problem with that tweet.
No. Clearly, the bosses wanted you to offer explanation. So clearly,
no, they did not have. Nobody.
Let's go, Jen.
Thoughts and prayers remain with Damar Hamlin.
That's where the focus should have been, and not on the football game.
So that's what you saw in the first 1 minute, 30 seconds or so of Undisputed. Listen, I understand that a lot of people are differently affected by this. I get it. I was shaken by this entire thing. It was a scary thing to watch, especially if you're a former or current NFL player that sees those type of tackles every single day, 100 times a game. You know what I mean? And I'm sure that, a lot of people are going to tune in, but I think it's a big mistake for them to do this on the air. For them not to actually handle this stuff off screen and then maybe come in and be ready to discuss it. I saw Gary Sheffield Jr. tweeted out something very similar. Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless should have handled this off air and had the same conversation on air with the situation resolved. Clearing the air on national TV was a mistake, just might cost them the chemistry to go with the show. And so it didn't look like Skip thought that Shannon was going to bring it up, at least in this way, talking about his tweets and saying, "I wish you would have taken it down," all this stuff. And when you do look at what Skip Bayless said, I see people saying, you were only thinking about the game first. When you look, I don't like Skip Bayless. I think he's a fucking idiot. I've criticized him a million times on this show. But when you look at his reaction, here is after what happened to Damar Hamlin. Not exactly sure what happened. Players on both teams are shaken. Ambulance on the field. CPR administered. Can't remember a play being stopped. Just said a prayer for him and his family. I've seen so many horrific injuries on football fields that I've never seen a reaction like this. In every other situation I witnessed or covered, the game always went on fairly quickly. The attitude was, hey, that's football. For these players, this is different. And then he says this. No doubt, the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. He's saying that it's not as important as what's going on with Damar Hamlin. And he reiterates that his apology. It blew up. And everybody is jumping on the cancel Skip bandwagon. And it sounds like Shannon wanted him to delete his tweet and he didn't, and that made him upset. And now they have yet another blowout. And by Shannon, nope, let's go. I guess I can't talk on my own show. Let's go. Either fight or don't. Either fight or don't with this. If you're going to make a big deal about it, either fight about it or don't. And I think at the end of the day, it's just a bad look for both of these dudes, to be honest with you. But now, and I'm sure the mainstream sports media, most of the people out there, woke sports world, they're probably going to have Shannon Sharpe back in this undoubtedly. But what do you guys think? Do you think that Skip Bayless deserved to be basically canceled for these tweets? Do you think this is the right way for them to go about it? Handling it and like with this, not even really handling it on air, letting Shannon have a little monologue, I guess, in the beginning, and then just going on and pretending like they shouldn't talk about this stuff. It's just weird and crazy to me. Damar Hamlin's health still at the forefront of so many people's thoughts here in the sports world. Thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. We'll talk to you later.